In this episode, we're going to talk about how to set big goals in life and how to actually achieve them. I'll give you 10 principles of setting goals and achieving them that I learned from the legendary Bob Proctor. Let's dive in. Before we begin, why should you even listen to me? Actually, I am a Bob Proctor consultant. I was trained by Bob Proctor when he was alive. He's no longer with us, so you can't go straight to the source. But his legacy lives on with people like me. I work with money. I invest. I have a fund, and I teach people how to invest in the stock market. What I realized very early on was I could teach people so much about investing, but a lot of them would never do it. Why? Because their mindset wasn't right. They kept thinking about themselves as people who didn't know about money, who didn't know about math, who couldn't handle money. And I couldn't teach them how to invest before we changed the whole mindset. That's when I decided to become a Bob Proctor consultant, to learn as much as I could about creating a really wealthy mindset. Now let's really dive in. A lot of people get really lost in life. They ask you, should I rent the house or should I buy the house? Should I date that guy or not? Or should I marry that girl or not? Or even, should I ask for a raise? Should I buy that shirt? Some people are even at that level. But Proctor, even to very serious questions, would always answer, I don't know. What's your goal? That's because he wanted you to work from your goal. Not towards your goal, but from your goal. And what does that actually mean? And what should a goal look like? If you want a new house, describe that house in details. What does it look like when you wake up? What's the first thing you see? What does it look like when you look out of the window? What's the view from the house? What does it feel like inside the house? You don't have to be very, very precise with the physical location or the price tag of the house or the mortgage. It's more about, does it have a sea view? You don't have to know exactly which sea, which beach it's located near. But is it in the mountains? Is it by the sea? What does it smell like? What does it feel like? The same thing with a business. If you want to build a business, you have to have a pretty clear picture. How much do you want to earn? Who do you want to serve? What is the service about? How are you going to make money with that business? Then only later can you make specific decisions. If your goal is to get married, for example, or find love, you have to be really specific about who is it that you want to attract and which kind of relationship do you want? Which kind of person is it? A lot of people make the mistake of throwing themselves at something. If it's throwing themselves at renting a house and then later realizing, actually, this is the wrong country. Or throwing themselves at an opportunity, a career opportunity, only to realize, well, actually, this is the wrong business. Or it could be throwing themselves in the wrong kind of relationship just because there was some kind of excitement going on there. And they realize, well, there's absolutely no match here because this is not what I want. And that's why you have to work from the goal, not towards the goal, but presuming that the goal is already a fact. And we'll get back to that. Step 2, set big, dizzying goals. Bob Proctor talked about 3 types of goals. The first one is type A goals. Those are goals that you have already accomplished, maybe a little bit different. So let's say that you ran a marathon. Maybe you did it in around 4 hours. Now you want to run a marathon in 3 hours. Well, that's type A goal because you already ran a marathon. Big deal that you're going to do it faster. You've done it. It's not that exciting. Type C goals are the interesting goals. Those are goals that you've never done before and you don't know how to do it. It seems impossible to you. An example of a very famous type C goal is when JFK said that the US would land on the moon within a decade. That seemed at the time impossible. What for you could be a type C goal? Can you think of one right now? And why is it important to set a type C goal? Well, the point of goals are that we are going to grow as human beings when we reach them. A small goal is not going to make you grow very much. And that goes for money goals as well. If you set a goal of reaching the same revenue as last year, if you set a goal of increasing revenue by 5-10%, but if you set a goal of doubling your revenue or entering a completely new business, now we're talking, right? Now it's exciting. Now it feels almost impossible. That's the kind of goals you want to set. The third hack is to be the person who has achieved that kind of goal. Be that person today. Draw that person in from your future, right into the core of you. Think about it. Which kind of person can achieve that goal? Think about it in details. Which kind of decision does this person make? Which kind of people does this person hang around? Which level of frustration is this person comfortable with? How does this person live? Which kind of decision does this person take? Which kind of food does this person eat? Instead of saying, I want to achieve, and then your goal, I want to achieve $1 million profit. I want to run a $1 billion fund. Say that you are that person. Feel that person. Say, I am a successful business person. I am. Now that might seem very provocative to some people. I know that. So maybe don't say it, around your mother-in-law, but say it within yourself. Maybe practice saying it to some people. The most important thing here is that you feel that person inside of you and that you start using that person and your goal as a compass for the small and big decisions you have to make in your everyday life. The next point is get into the habitat. What does that mean? Well, the habitat is usually something we say about animals. So the habitat of a lion or the habitat of an elephant. Well, the person that you are becoming, and that, we actually talked about, you are that person right now. So that person, which kind of habitat does that future you, which is now your present you, live in? If it's a certain area, if it's a certain neighborhood, go to that neighborhood today. Even if you can't afford the house today, just walk around that neighborhood and feel that habitat. Imagine how it is to live there. Maybe walk around and saying, yes, yes, yes. If it's, for example, that you want to attract a particular kind of relationship, well, be that kind of person today. If you want to attract love, be love. How? Well, small things matter as well. So when you walk around, smile to people, be kind to people, because that's what you want to attract, right? Visualize the kind of life you want to live, and to the best of your ability, start living that life today. Don't wait. Next point, sacrifice something. Sacrifice something that is taking up space and blocking for the new thing. So what could that be? That could be a certain belief that you have. It could be that you're thinking, I'm not good at money. You will not believe how many times I've heard people say that, I'm not that good with money. And actually they are, usually they are. And they are so convincing when they say, I'm not good with money, I'm not good with numbers, that sometimes I'm even like, well, maybe you shouldn't enroll in the program. Maybe I shouldn't teach you how to invest. But I believe in the future version of them. And every person who said that, they actually became pretty good at it. So stop saying those things. In particular, it's women who say, I'm not that good with money. It's like a little girl, right? Stop saying it. It could be something else. It could be like a habit that you have. It could be a habit of sleeping in late instead of working on that book project. If you want to be really fit, it could be a habit of on Friday nights, we eat candy. Drop it. If you want to be really fit, do you even like that Friday night candy? That's a very Danish thing, by the way, to eat Friday night candy. Just let it go. What's one thing that you could sacrifice already today to get closer to this future version of you that you want to pull in? Principle number 6, wanting more money is a good thing. How much money are you comfortable saying you will earn? That's something Bob asked us. There's something unnerving about that question. Isn't it true that a lot of people are uncomfortable about money? Why is it so hard for us to talk about? Money is just a form of energy. And wanting to earn a lot of money is the same kind of energy that makes you grow. And why don't you want to grow? It's a good thing to say, I want to make a lot of money. But even just hearing that, does that provoke you? Does it make you feel uncomfortable? Well, you really have to work on that. Wanting more money is a measure of how much you're willing to grow. How much are you willing to grow? Are you uncomfortable or comfortable making more money than your dad did? Are you comfortable? Or could you be comfortable making more money than your whole nuclear family from your childhood, from the mom and dad and your grandparents? Would you be comfortable making more money than your village? Would you be comfortable making more money than your previous employer? Would you be comfortable making more money than anyone you knew from school? Would you be comfortable becoming a multimillionaire, a billionaire even? How does that sound? Stay focused and take action every day. Stop focusing on what you don't want and start focusing on what you do want. Whatever you have right now says nothing about who you are. Your current payroll, a bank account statement, a relationship says something about your past mindset. It's relics from the past. It says nothing about your next level. Don't focus on what you don't want, because you'll get more of it. Focus on what you want and think of it as being already. And then focus on the action. What's the next step? And what's the next step? And do it. Ask yourself every day, what is the best goal achieving activity that I can do today? And then do it. And you right now, what is the best goal achieving activity that you could do today? What's one thing you could do? Number 8, it's simple. Stop making it so complicated, but Proctor used to say. You just need to make a decision and get emotionally involved with that decision, and you will attract everything that you need. The only thing you need to do is to want it. He calls it the power of assumption. Assuming that it will happen will make it happen. And he says it's the greatest shortcut in life. This will be is a great way to live. By the way, saying that it's simple doesn't mean that it's easy. Living this way, focusing on your goal and believing in it, requires a lot of willpower and discipline. Take massive action. Some people get really paralyzed because they're afraid of making a mistake. But you know what? That's just resistance. And the antidote to resistance, guess what that is? That's action. It is so magical. Just take action. And if you do experience some kind of failure, don't get too hung up about it. It's just unfinished business. Move on. Try again. Bob says every action you take is going to show you what to do next. Just keep taking action. You can't take enough action when you have a big goal. Whatever happens, keep saying, and this is good. And this is good, and this is good, and this is good. There's an even simpler version. It is called yes, yes, yes. Even if something that doesn't seem very great happens, just keep saying, and this is good, or yes. Bob used to tell us the story of how he lost the manuscript of his book, You Were Born Rich, in a taxi. He didn't get the license plate. He had no way to get it back. It was gone. He kept saying, and this is good, and this is good, even though it felt horrible because he'd worked really hard on that book. What happened? Well, he rewrote the whole book, and it became so much better. So it ended up being a pretty good thing. Is there something in your life that happened that you are not happy about, that you are maybe ruminating, maybe you are feeling some kind of regret, maybe you're even angry about it, upset, frustrated? Try the technique. Keep saying, and this is good, and this is good. I lost my job, and this is good. My partner wants a divorce, and this is good. Whatever it is, keep saying it. It will show up. The reason why it's good will show up. There is a meaning to it. Now, Bob is gone, but the legacy will live on. And the way that this legacy will live on is if you actually take one of these principles today and incorporate it in your life. So which one of them are you going to play with today? Is it setting a big, dizzying C-type goal? Is it living from the goal? Or is it simply just saying, and this is good, and this is good, and this is good? Let me know which one you are going to play with today. Which one was your favorite? And if you want to get into a real billionaire mindset, be sure to watch this video next.